Hello, Space Angels. It is Monday. It is the Monday headlines hangout, whatever we want to call this stream show. I don't even know anymore, whatever. I am ItsKim. If you've never seen me before, I do pop culture commentary. You may have seen me around the internet. I like to do live streams where I hang out with my community of the Space Angels, as well as any of you who would like to join us. We just talk about headlines and the news, and I give my opinion, and then we kind of have like a halftime where we talk about whatever we want, and then like I communicate with you guys. It's an interactive show, and then we have a fun section at the end that I think tentatively right now is being named "What the What." Pretty sure it's probably going to be what it ends up, but we are fielding other names. So what I am going to do with this stream is, if you are watching on the replay, hello, I'm going to be putting some timestamps below, probably in the description or in a top comment, a pinned comment, and you are welcome to skip to the section in which you would like, or you can watch it in full with all of us today. So I have a few stories I want to go over. And I want to say hi to everybody that is here. And I'm going to say hello to everybody. We've already had some support, which is incredible. And I'm going to get into that. But the first thing I want to do right off the bat, because I think it is more important than anything else, is I wanted to let you guys know, in case you had not heard, there is a massive Amber Alert going on right now for this little girl right here. Her name is Charlotte. Charlotte E. Sena, I think, Sena. She is a white female, approximately 9 years and 1 month old, with long blonde hair and green eyes. She's approximately 4'6", weighs about 90 pounds, and Charlotte was last seen wearing an orange tie-dye Pokemon shirt. Just going to throw up the other picture I have of her as well. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to knock that off. My deepest apologies. There's the other shot of her. Yeah, orange tie-dye Pokemon shirt, dark blue pants, black Crocs, and a gray bike helmet. She has been taken under circumstances that lead police to believe that they are in imminent danger of serious harm and or worse. I cannot say the word. So this originally started in New York, but it looks like she went missing on Saturday night. So to me, that means she could be anywhere. So it doesn't really matter where you are right now, where you live. If you see this little girl, please call the authorities immediately. There's a fly in my face. And hopefully we can find this little girl and bring her home. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because I think that's important that we talk about that. So yeah, sorry to start the show off on a negative note like that, but to me it's really important, and I want to make sure before anybody gets bored and leaves that we cover that. All right. So, hi everybody. Um I am so excited to be here. I'm seeing a lot of people here already. My goodness, I'm just going to go through the chat here. My goodness. Da, da, da. I think the other thing I'm going to do here is I have an article from CNN I'm going to share with you guys that has more details about the situation. So if you are looking for more info or direction, there you go. All right. So I am seeing a lot of people are here. I'm seeing General Scott is here. Hello. And I see Deborah and Tammy, and Katie Artist 94, Wendy, Tyrana. Let me see. I'll see here. Rando from Iowa. Hello. Hello, Linda. I see you as well. Just going through. There's so many of you. My goodness. Thank you guys all so much for watching. We've got a good number of people in here faster than I was expecting. So it is good to see everybody. I do want to bring attention to, and I'm hoping the chat will go back far enough. Thank you so much to Denise for your $4.99 super chat for treats for Lacey. I think we can make that happen. Lacey. Oh, she's like half asleep right now. I do have to apologize, guys. She is here. But she's on her pre-surgery meds, so she's a little bit drowsy, but she is here and doing very well. So thank you very much, Denise. I will definitely make sure she gets some nice treats. Billy Cat is here as well. I see Purple Rose Gamer. I see Cerberus Gaming Reaper. I don't know if I said Deborah before. Hello, Deborah. My goodness, I can't name everybody. We're going to be here forever. You guys are so active in the chat. Thank you. And I believe we actually just also had 5 gifted memberships from General Scott starting it off, which I very much appreciate. Thank you. I did also want to give a shout out to General Scott because he just sent me a very generous PayPal, and he wanted to let me know that tomorrow it's the general's birthday. It is. It is the general's birthday. And I quote, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it because I did not make this up. um, So he just said, I hope you're doing well. I sent this message here. It's my birthday tomorrow. So if you would kindly let the Space Angels know that if they want to help celebrate with me, it would be my birthday wish that they consider supporting ItsKim via your link tree, liking, subscribing, joining, and gifting memberships. The general would greatly appreciate it. So to start that off, thank you so much, Scott, because you contribute so much to my channel and it means so much. So in that spirit, I'm going to go ahead and just do it because I so appreciate you and all the support you give. As well, Shauna just did 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Shauna, again for all of your support. My goal so much with this channel is to be inclusive, is to have everybody be able to feel that it's a safe place, that it's a fun place, that it's a place that you can come being exactly as you are. And that we can all support each other with empathy and kindness and understanding. And I think we so desperately need that. So my hope is to involve as many people as possible in that journey. And I have a lot of plans for what I want to do with membership, of having people join us. And membership also gives me a lot of freedom and also invests in this channel and allows me to do a lot of things I otherwise would not be able to do. So I will ask, if you would like a membership and you have not allowed gifts, please consider doing so because gifts get thrown around here. It definitely happens. So I would encourage you to do that. All right. I also just see we got a super chat. Come up. There we go. Of Casanova. Thank you so much for that. The $10 super chat. That's very kind of you. And thank you everybody in the chat for sending love to General Scott because he deserves it. Also wanted to say hello to Timmy James, the funny man. Hello, member for 10 months. That is amazing. Thank you so much for supporting me the way that you do. And Linda, happy birthday, General. That's so sweet, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope this is okay, General Scott. I hope I haven't embarrassed you. I hope this is all right. Thank you so much for your belief in me and your support. It's amazing. I never thought I would ever have people that actually want to listen to me talk. It's baffling. But we have a good amount of news to go through today. I'm very excited to get into. As you can see, we have some Britney news, which we know is if there's Britney news, I'm going to talk about it. And we also have probably the most, I'm not trying to clickbait here. This is the most insane Ruby Jody update I've probably ever done. And I'm going to explain why, because it goes a lot deeper than probably you would expect. And I am seeing the writing on the wall. So yeah. Jean Rick, hello, member for 8 months. Hello, one of the Queen Space Angels. Happy 8 months. Would not be anywhere else. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. Okay, so should we start the topics? Should we start? I've been rambling for almost 10 minutes. Okay, let's go. So to begin, I have a script today because I've got a lot to go through and I want to make sure that I'm saying things the way that I want to say them. So if I am looking over here or over here, it's because I'm checking out screens and I want to make sure that I am saying exactly what it is I want to say. And I hope that that is okay. So to start, in the past week, the press has been absolutely obsessing over Britney and her dance with what I am going to call props. Because hello, YouTube human reviewer. As my friend Stef says, I see you lurking. And I don't want to say, I'm not going to say any trigger words. I'm not going to disrespect the guidelines to the best of my ability. I respect this platform and I understand why you guys have rules and I do my best to abide by them. So the pointy things that Britney used during her dance are here on out going to be referred to as props. I understand you may think that that is silly. I don't have control over this. And YouTube human reviewer,
I'm trying.
Okay, so I hope you guys like that. That's my new segment. We're going to be doing that at the beginning of our streams, probably moving forward. And also because we need the I'm trying, because I'm trying. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just saw the chat, like, yes. To those of you that don't know, a lot of my audience found me because I did some coverage with, the channel Popcorn Planet, during the Johnny Depp trial, and, we all watched every second of that trial, and that was Elaine Bredehoff, who was one of Amber Heard's attorneys, and my goodness, are there jokes with Elaine, that will live forever, and no disrespect to her, she was, you know, my best to you, Elaine. All right. So Britney danced with some props on her Instagram last week, which for whatever reason, the whole world just went absolutely bananas about it. And I don't really understand. Like, I understand why some people would, but I've been very surprised at how much this story has stuck. I initially didn't really even want to talk about it because I thought it was dumb. And I'm just being honest here about that. Um, because when I saw it, I immediately made the connection that Britney is a massive fan of the singer Shakira, singer dancer Shakira, songwriter as well. And Shakira performed at the VMAs using props. And then all of a sudden, Britney is performing for herself on her Instagram with props. And Britney and Shakira have been friends for a long time. They actually met each other, I believe, probably 2001, because they were at the same lot when they were filming the video for I'm a Slave for You, and Shakira was filming Wherever, Whenever. So the two of them met because they were a couple sound stages apart, I believe, and they have always been very supportive of one another. And Britney loves watching good dancers. This did not surprise me in the least. However, then Britney's home was then visited by police for a wellness check. And Britney has called out the cops and the public again for freaking out about this and has said that the props were fake. And they were actually from a local shop in LA that sells literally props. I'm not using that as a code word. Like they literally just they sell props. They sell props for like movies, TV shows, all that type of stuff. I've actually looked through their catalog on their website. They have everything, like down to silverware, like anything that you need to make a set look real, they've got it. And if they don't have it, it literally is like they'll make it. Like these guys are legit. So the funny thing about this story is that since Brittany has given the shop a shout out, she saved the store. Her impact, guys. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. So the prop shop where Britney Spears claims that she rented her famous dancing props has seen a big boost in sales after the shoutout, and it's also helped pull the store out of a financial hole. The manager of Hand Prop Room in LA tells TMZ online traffic and calls to the shop have doubled since Britney name dropped their spot on Thursday on Instagram. Rental sales for their props, especially that kind of prop, have gone up 50%. We're told everyone in the sales department has been getting calls from people asking about the singer and her props, and the manager has been fielding tons of calls about Britney. And the manager says that Britney is partially to thank for saving the store, as the place has been struggling during the writers and actors strike this year. And the entertainment industry is the shop's bread and butter, but no work meant fewer rentals, leading to a big financial struggle. He says this store has been bumping her songs nonstop ever since the post. So the promotion goes both ways. And I really love that. I really do. I think that that's awesome. Um it's really it's silly and I understand why some people were upset about this, but I have thoughts about this as a big fan of Britney. As I'm sure you were very surprised I have opinions about this situation. Just going to pull up my notes here because I don't want to get lost with what I'm doing. Okay. So, I wanted to share something with you guys because has been a part of my thought process because I always know people are like, I don't want to listen to yes queen people. I understand that. And I know that some people have genuine concern about Britney because she has gone through a lot in the last number of years and are concerned about where she is mentally. Something I want to make very clear. As recently as February of this year, Britney has stated that she is on antidepressant medication. She has stated that she is in therapy. She is getting help for her issues. I am never going to use somebody's mental health diagnosis as a reason to discredit them, especially if they are trying to work with it. We all know someone or have ourselves a mental illness of some kind. A mental illness does not invalidate you from being able to live your life. And when people are like, "Oh, well, she has this, and this, that's why I'm worried." It kind of shows a little bit of ableism. I'm sorry, but it does. And I don't like that. And you're also not entitled to any of Britney's medical information. We're not entitled to knowing what medication she's on. We're not entitled to her diagnoses. We're not entitled to what she's doing to manage her mental health. That is personal information. The same as you all are not entitled to everything that I take or I do for my mental health, and I'm not entitled to any of your information about that. That is completely private, and people act like with Britney Spears that everyone is entitled to that information, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But here is something I wanted to show you guys. So, I've had to censor the props. I have done my best because YouTube Human Reviewer.
I'm trying.
Okay, so what I want to show you guys here is on the left, this is a photo that TMZ posted when they were at the shop and they looked at some of the props that were available for rental. And I also wanted to show you up on the left or the top right. That photo is Britney holding one of her cooking props. Sorry, we'll go back. So that is what Britney's props look like. Now, I'm not saying that she only has those props, but I'm just saying this is what we've seen in the past. And if you look at that prop and then you look at the prop underneath, that is a screen cap of one of the videos of her dancing. You can tell that that prop and that prop are not the same. And you can tell that the props at the shop are not the same as the two props on the right side of the screen. My point with this is that they all, when you take away the censorship completely, they all look real. But we know the ones from the TMZ photo are not. No one can look at these photos and tell me 100% that they're all real or they're all fake. But Britney has come forward over the last couple of years with a lot of things to say, some of which have been horrific allegations. And one by one, they are pretty much being proven to be right. So I am going to listen to someone who has a good track record of telling the truth. And if she says that they are not real and I can't prove that they are, I'm going to believe her. And I hope that that makes sense because it's very easy to assume that someone, because they have a mental health issue, is, crazy that they would do something like this. But to me, that just shows a bias. And I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not welcome in my space. So I say, Britney, as long as you're being safe, do whatever the heck you want. Whatever the heck you want. You're not hurting anybody. It's fine. And people really do just need to calm down for real. It's insane. And this is the kind of thing that I said, like, you got to think about the fact that this woman is literally stuck in her house because if she leaves, it becomes international news. Now, if she's dancing around in her foyer, in her living room, it's creating national news and the cops are getting called. I would not be surprised if this woman is bored. Remember how bored we all were when we all had to stay home all the time and the things that people started doing? My family literally sat around and watched a marble race. We were so bored because we couldn't leave. If the woman wants to dance in her foyer, let her dance in her foyer. Am I off base, guys? Am I off base? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat because I'd love to know your thoughts on this whole situation because for me, I've just found it to be absolutely ridiculous. absolutely ridiculous, which is why I did not want to talk about it. But if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to come with receipts and I'm going to come with information. So that is exactly what I did. And we have been limited. Oh my gosh. I've requested a review. YouTube human reviewer.
I'm trying.
Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba. Bum, bum, bum. Bonus points to anybody that knows what I'm quoting. Oh my goodness. So Bernice just said, if I was Britney, I would probably be very bored. And it seems to me that she's at her house all alone. I mean, she has her dogs, she has her babies, and she has a few people that help her out, I think, through the day. So I don't think she's completely alone, but I could definitely see it being lonely. Um, yeah, people just saying, I totally agree with you, not at all. Like, I'm not out of line, 1000% ridiculous. It just gets to the point. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. And I mean, I am Soki. Soki just said, "What if anything can we talk about on YouTube without being limited?" That is a great question. That is a great question because I don't think I've said any trigger words and I have clearly censored everything. Did I say Britney too many times, King Bob? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's up. It is what it is. It be what it be. It be what it be. All right. So that is the Britney update because I don't want to give this any more time because to me, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So we're going to move on to our next topic. I'm just going to take a sip. Good. Need coffee. Coffee, good. Oh, hello, Tinkle. Tinkle's here. Remember, for 2 months, I am waiting for it to come up on my feed so I can share that. Thank you for being a member. It's good to see you. I'm happy you're here. All right. So, remember on Wednesday when I said that I didn't think we would have any Ruby or Jody updates? Yeah, the universe just had to go and prove me wrong, big time. To start, I did want to share this. Guys, Ruby made it. She's on the cover of a magazine. In Touch. In Touch has put it. And by the way, before anybody says anything, I keep seeing that uh, Princess Catherine Kate is not pregnant. She's not pregnant. So yeah. But yes, Ruby made it. Ruby made it. So this is important because what I want to talk about today regarding this story, I have to kind of give a larger picture, if that makes sense. I cannot do this in point form. So I ask for you all to go with me on this journey, and we're going to get there. So this is where I have my script. So in case this is the first time you're watching my streams or you aren't up to date, I'm going to try to quickly summarize the dumpster fire that this story is. But it is an important dumpster fire, and it is likely going to become a lot more important. So if you don't know, now is probably a good time for you to get filled in. In August, Ruby Frankie, who is a famous YouTube vlogger mom of the controversial channel 8 Passengers, was arrested on 6 counts of what I'm going to call CA. And Ruby made a name for herself by documenting the lives of her 6 children and sharing her parenting techniques, as well as her LDS faith. Her parenting was heavily criticized, and there was a lot of concern about the well being of her children, as her methods are extreme. For example, withholding basic needs such as food or a bed from her children as forms of punishment. She finally decided to shut down her channel and joined forces with therapist Jody Hildebrandt, who was well known in the Mormon community. Jody, um, sorry, yeah, so she met up with Jody. Jody had a company called Connections, and the two of them then collaborated on a project within Connections called Moms of Truth, which strive to give parenting advice as well as to help people stay out of what Jody calls distortion. Jody was also charged with 6 counts of CA, and these charges are in relation to Ruby's youngest children, a boy and a girl ages 12 and 10. And they were found malnourished with open wounds. They had been restrained by duct tape and rope. And the children were staying at Jody's home in her panic room. I think I hope I have summarized this as well so far. So as we've been covering this story, we've heard a lot from victims and survivors of Jody Hildebrandt. What has started as a story about a YouTube mom has now morphed into something a lot bigger. And the more that we go into this, the more people are seeing there's a lot of concern, particularly with Jody, which is why my reporting on this story has started to go more in the direction of Jody. Not because what Ruby did was not horrible and that she does not deserve to be held accountable for her behavior, but that this has exposed something a lot bigger that I think we need to be talking about. So, we've talked a lot about a podcast called the Mormon Stories Podcast, and they have interviewed both Jesse Hildebrandt and Adam Paul Steed. Um, I've watched all of Jesse's episode. We covered that in our stream a couple weeks ago, and we talked about Adam. Adam's episode in particular was very difficult to watch, and I admittedly could not get through all of it. It was too much for me with my history. But to summarize, Jesse is a family member of Jody's. Jody treated them when they were a child, which is a huge conflict of interest. I don't understand how that happened in the first place, but whatever. And in my opinion, not only was Jody unethical, but cruel. I would define what Jody put Jesse through as the word starts with a T, torture. For example, having to sleep outside in Utah in January when the average temperature is 25 degrees Fahrenheit or -4 Celsius. Jesse has also reported being restrained. Adam is a whistleblower for the Boy Scouts of America. He is a survivor of CSA and has fought to change and did fight to change the laws surrounding the statute of limitations in Idaho. All of this resulted in a massive lawsuit against the Boy Scouts of America, which did have affiliation with the LDS Church. After this, Adam was referred to Jody for marriage counseling by his bishop. And what Jody did to Adam, in my opinion, was absolutely abhorrent. And I can't even explain on here what she did to him without YouTube getting even madder at me. I will put the link to his website in the doc that is linked in the description. So you're welcome to go and check out his story there. He has all the legal documents to back up everything as well as stories from other people. At the end of the day, Jody lost her license for 18 months because of what she did to Adam. And we know about these stories because of the program Mormon Stories podcast, where the Hope John Dehlin, a psychologist, PhD, talks about Mormonism. But in recent years, the podcast has focused on helping people recognize the damage in which high demand religions like LDS can cause. They have close to 200,000 subscribers. And the video that of Jesse's story, which is still up, which you can go see if you wish, has last I looked 730,000 views. This is a multi-hour video. It is not a quick watch. So on Friday night, I was getting ready to go to sleep, and a video came up on my recommended list. That's the thumbnail of the video. Mormon Stories podcast has been hit with legal action and was forced to take down Adam's video. They hope that this is temporary, but this is definitely an action that has been taken to try to silence Adam from talking. According to Adam, this legal action came from his ex-wife, but it still has ties back. But many believe, I should say this, speculation, opinion, many believe that it still has, pardon? Oh, I need to put my ticker up. Thank you. I should do that. Thank you. Thank you, producer sister. Um, there are definitely a lot of people who believe that this is still tied back to the LDS Church. And I know that that is speculation, but I really don't feel like that is an unfair assumption to make, in my opinion. I think this update video is very important, and I wanted to watch a part of it with you. To Mormon Stories podcast, please do not claim me. I am discussing this with added commentary for educational and fair use purposes. Um, I will be stopping and starting a little bit. The link to the original video to watch interrupted is in the Google Doc. So, shall we watch this clip? I'm just going to pull this up here. All right. So, up until this point in the video, John has basically just explained what I've explained to you, that the video has been taken down, but they will not be intimidated. And he summarized what Adam said in his video. So, here we go.
Here's the good news. This week, we are actively working, we at Mormon Stories Podcast, me, John Dillon, we are actively working with a few major media outlets to, number one, give voice to the victims of Jodi Hildebrandt, but also of the other Mormon Church recommended, quote, sex addiction therapists like the Sons of Helaman, like Fight the New Drug, like Lifestar, etc.
Now, I wanted to show that part because, as he said, major media outlets. Now, why is that important? Well, one thing that I've been holding back from saying that I've seen in my research that I've decided to kind of step back because I didn't know if anything was going to come of it was that Jesse Hildebrandt, who we talked about earlier, wrote on their Instagram stories that they were sitting down for an interview with Juju Chang at 2020 on ABC. I cannot find this Instagram story to save my life. I have been looking for it now 4 days. I'm very mad at myself that I did not save it when it came up. But I did go through the 8 passenger snark and I did see a comment in a thread, which I have linked in the doc, that also talks about Jesse's Instagram story. So I can tell you it was not a fever dream, that it did happen. There is some record of it. But the thing is, that tells me that ABC knows that this is going on, and this story is starting to grow. So I'm going to keep going with this video and show you another little clip of it.
As well as victims of the Mormon Church's, quote, addiction and recovery program, where Mormons, and specifically Mormon men, but sometimes Mormon women, and often Mormon teenagers, were targeted for healthy normative behavior as it was pathologized as, quote, sexual addiction. And then secondly, we are working with a few media outlets to hold both the Mormon Church and these unethical therapists and programs like Jodi Hildebrandt accountable for their malpractice. So
what is happening now is, as John said, Mormon Stories podcast is going to be moving forward with additional stories regarding Jodi or regarding situations of this nature. As I've said as we've seen, for example, like what we've seen on the front of In Touch magazine, this story is starting to get more mainstream media coverage. And I think I have a theory about what's going on. And I don't think it's that far-fetched, but it is a theory, so this is a speculation, warning, opinion. What I am about to say is my opinion based on what I have seen and the research that I have been doing over the last couple of weeks. I could be wrong, but I do feel I feel like I'm on to something with this, and I hope that you guys will understand what I mean. As I've said for a while now, what started as a story about a YouTube vlogger mom hurting her children has now morphed into an expose of the LDS Church and its alleged unethical methods of therapy and using shame to control people. I would never say that this involves all of the church because that would be horrible, and I would never want to paint everybody with the same brush or demonize any faith or anyone who practices Mormonism because that's not fair. And it's also incredibly dangerous, and I will not do that. But people like Jodi Hildebrandt who have used unethical practices to hurt patients, and that is not alleged because Jodi lost her license for what she did to Adam. And they can try to make Adam shut up all they want, but those legal documents exist. They are real, they happened. He could go through life not uttering another word, and that would not change the fact that it was proven in court. And they have allegedly, people like Jodi have been enabled by bishops within the Mormon church. And from the sound of what Mormon Stories podcast is saying, Jodi is not an exception. And I hope others are not as bad as what has been alleged, but this is beginning to feel like a calculated, organized network. Now, I don't know how many outlets are involved, but I would say ABC being involved is a pretty big deal. 2020 is not a joke if that is what they are doing. And I have seen some coverage through local NBC stations as well. So that would be my suspicion of the major networks. Now, I do think that a network like News Nation is probably already going to be on it. Law and Crime is obviously going to be on it. But as far as the big mainstream titans of reporting, we now have pretty good information saying that they're both involved, ABC and NBC. So, sorry, just getting back to my script because I don't want to forget anything. If this hits prime time, this is going to take this story to a whole nother level. And if Mormon Stories podcast can find people who are willing to come forward, this is going to be insane. The story here is not Ruby Frankie. Not that we should forget or ignore what's happened here because it's important. We need to talk about family YouTube vlogging channels. It's not healthy. And there's a lot of problems and a lot of people who have been through this system now that are kids that are now adults that are saying this is horrible and it should not be happening. I want there to be justice for Ruby. Please do not take me saying that the story here is about Jody is dismissing Ruby's responsibility because I do not dismiss responsibility from Ruby. But the story of LDS using networks of allegedly using networks of unethical therapists to control their followers is a big deal. And with this restraining order, gag order, or whatever legal action it is, and whether it was the intent or not, they have started a war, in my opinion. Adam doesn't have to say anything. He's already been validated. And we know there are so many others. So what John is asking for in the video is that if you have a similar experience, if you, on the off chance, anybody watching, if you know Jodi Hildebrandt, if you've been treated by her or you have gone through something similar, please take a look at this whole video. See if you fit the criteria of what they are looking for. And if you're willing, please consider to share your story. The more voices they have, the harder it's going to be to shut them up. I also wanted to mention this because I understand what some of you guys are saying from the idea that they're going to get away with it. They're going to get away with it. It's going to be an issue. Well, and I saw this. So this is NBC, one of their local stations, and they put out an article. It's more than a week old, but I've been trying to see if I can find more information about it to give it a bit more meat, but I think it's important. 2 News has been looking into an affiliation of a third member of Jodi Hildebrandt's business, Connections Classroom. According to the Connections website, which is still active, an individual named Pam Bodster, I'm going to call her Pam moving forward because I don't know how to say that word, and me and pronunciation are not friends, and I apologize, is listed as a business team member. Pam is the president of Connections Foundation. The website reads in a short biography posted just above Ruby Frankie's bio. According to the IRS nonprofit search tools, Connections Foundation received a 501-C-3 tax exemption status in 2014, but the foundation hasn't returned a 990N form since 2022 or 2020. So we're 3 years in with no form. The last registered date for Connections is at Jodi Hildebrandt's address at her home. and they decided to speak with Jesse. They talked to Jesse. Hi, Jesse. So Pam, when I was living with Jody, Pam was around because she was Jody's best friend. I didn't realize that she was connected in this. I mean, I have very strong feelings towards Pam because of not that she was directly applying ABUSE. Like she wasn't actually involved, but she was one of the people that was constantly surveilling the surveillance of reporting back to Jody. Jesse said that Pam was always at the house because she was friends with Jody. And 2 News is continuing to try to learn more about her involvement. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because it's suggesting that there's the potential of financial fraud. And if there is financial fraud, um, that's a big deal. That's more than child A. We are talking about the potential of white collar crime coming into this, which would mean there would have to be records pulled. The IRS would start investigating. This could become a lot bigger. And we know from Jesse that when Jesse was under Jody's care, Jesse would actually take care of some of the billing. And there was payment from the LDS church. All of this would have to go on the table. All of it would have to be seen. I have no idea what this is going to lead to. But what I am saying is basically what I've been saying from the beginning of this. The big story here is Jody. And I don't think the storm for her is ending anytime soon. I don't have any more updates to give with this story at this time. That is what I have. As always, I'm going to continue to watch the story. I believe there is a hearing scheduled for October 5th, so we should get some more updates then. And the reason that it was delayed until October 5th was because attorneys kept on getting what they were calling copious amounts of evidence they needed to look through. I can't believe what the story has turned into. I don't know how much crazier it's going to get. It is absolutely wild, and I did not expect this at all when I talked about it at first. But my heart is with all the survivors, and I will continue to do what I can do with my little platform and raise their voices. Because as I said when I started to cover this story and why it matters to me is that religious trauma is real. It is often misunderstood and dismissed. But I hope that this story is giving people an inside look at how bad it can get and why it's important that we stop it. So, yeah. Did anybody see that coming? Because I didn't. I didn't think we were going down that road, but off we go. It was a lot. I honestly, it was kind of those things like I'm not kidding when I said I was getting ready to go to sleep and I saw the video come up and I just sat there. I watched the whole video and my mouth just dropped and I was just like, I cannot believe, my own personal opinion, that they would be this stupid. Because Adam's not shutting up. He's not. And what he's saying is backed up by legal things already. Like, you can't be like, this is defamation when it's like, no, it's kind of here in the legal paperwork. Nice try, but no. So I think this is interesting, and we're gonna keep watching. We're gonna keep watching. So that, everyone, is halftime. So we've gone through our headlines now, and we are now at the point where I follow the chat. We talk for a few minutes, and just hang out. So if you guys have any questions, anything you want to say about these stories, any comments you want to share, please let me know. Now, I just want to ask, did I miss any support? Did anything come through while I was reading? Because I hope you guys can understand why I needed a script for all of that, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't say anything out of turn or make any mistakes. I think Cheryl E said that she's a member of for 10 months, which is amazing. Thank you. I always appreciate your kind words of wisdom. Oh, thank you. I don't know how wise they are, but I do try to keep them nice. Also, thank you everybody for the likes. It's very kind of you. I would ask you to please consider subscribing if you have not, sharing if you know someone that you think would enjoy my content, and hitting that like button because it does very much help. Thank you to General Scott for the super sticker. You don't have to send me more money. Oh my gosh. Scott, you've given so much. Thank you. I also wanted to say, Denise actually sent me a PayPal as well. She also said, "Also, YouTube, it's time to censor your cooking channels, you weirdos." They're props. It's all props. I don't know what the producer sister just said. What do they do on cooking channels? I have no idea. Although I will say, it's saying now we are not limited anymore. The review has been. I'm trying, man. My gosh, it's just ridiculous. I'm trying. Do you guys like that? You like the I'm trying graphic? How's the sound on that for you guys? Are you happy with it? Let me know. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for the comments on the coverage. I do really appreciate that. I try to do my best to um get stuff together for you. Sometimes I kind of feel just a side note, because one thing I wanted to mention that kind of bugged me. Um Sorry, I just saw a few comments come through and I'm getting distracted. Katie Artist 94, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. That's very kind of you. Did you see the interview with Kevin Frankie's nephew? Yes. He agreed that his uncle should be locked up because he probably knows more. My jaw dropped. I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm trying not to be overly judgmental about Kevin. And I want to be very clear. Do I think that Kevin has some fault in this? Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. However, I cannot ignore when oh, sorry. Sorry. Um I cannot ignore the history that Jody has with men. And if you start to look through some of the stories that people have shared from men who have worked with Jody, you start to see a pattern. Um and I'm trying to have some mercy until I hear the entirety of both sides of the story, because I think that that's important right now, and we just haven't heard everything. And I think it's very easy to judge someone and say they should have done something, but until we have all the facts on the table, I don't want to judge him too harshly. I'm mad at him. Not gonna lie to you, I'm mad at him. But whether or not what he did was criminal, we don't have enough evidence to be able to prove that yet in a court of law. So I hope that that makes sense. Let me double check here. But yes, I'm seeing you guys like the we like the Elaine. I'm glad. I'm glad. Let me take a look here. Oh, Billy Cat said, missing my daughter. She's gone away to university, but we'd watch it together. Oh, I know. You were talking about that before. I hope she's doing okay at you. I'm sure she's having a good time, and I'm sure she misses you too. Soki, we love Elaine. Well, no, but you know what I mean. I do know what you mean. I completely get it. I completely get it. I have opinions on Elaine, but we'll just keep going. I'm thankful for the content that she has created. We'll put it that way. Yeah, we need more memes Monday. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Let me double check. Rio Baby said, loving the criminal Mormon stuff. I've fallen down that rabbit hole myself. This is really my first dive. I've never really looked super deep into this. I looked a lot more at Scientology. I studied it a bit when I was actually in high school, which was before people really. Now, if you say that Scientology is bad, like if your opinion is that Scientology is bad, most people will agree with you. At that time, they did not. At that time, if you talked about what people had said, um, coming out of it, things like fair game, whatever, a lot of people thought that you were making things up. And now people know, which I'm very thankful for because I think they should. But that was a learning about all of that was really a bit of a life-changing experience for me because I had no idea how bad things could get. Robin DL has been a member for 9 months. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Oh, Marcella. Hello, Marcella. Hello, Bella. Hello, itty bitty bing bing. Said, how are your pups? Pups are good. Charlie is still doing great. He's now a few weeks post surgery and is doing fantastic. So he's got some allergies right now, but working on that. But he overall is a happy boy. And Lacey is here with me. She's just laying down. Okay, you are awake. Lacey, can I pick you up and you can say hi to everybody? Yeah, you're good now. Okay, yeah, you're fine. She was totally asleep. I didn't want to wake her up, but yeah, there's Lacey. I got her this cute little bandana over the weekend. We took her to a farm. We took all the puppies to a farm. Took some cute pictures. I may share some of them, the members only. I think that would be sweet. But yeah, I think she had a good time. I think you had fun. Yeah. But she did very well. Yes. Marcella. Lacey, rainbow pants! Sparkle pants! Yeah, no, so she's doing well. We're still doing, for those of you that saw last Monday, I had to take her to the vet unexpectedly. And she started treatment because now she's going to need to have surgery. So she's doing very well with that, but the meds are making her kind of drowsy, so she isn't as active as normal, but that's okay. That's okay. She's doing really well. Miss A said, I love your background, Kim. It's been way too long since I've seen your lives and uploads. Oh, well, thank you. And I know it's been a while since I've done like a standalone video, but I think the thing is, like, I like doing the streams better because I feel like I can like communicate with you guys more, and it's the same amount of prep time essentially. And that's the thing. Normally like a 10-minute video for me takes me like 8 hours worth of work to do because I got to make sure I've got everything in order. And now it's like I just kind of do the legwork, and then I get on stream and I do it in 2 hours, and I give you guys 2 hours worth of content instead of 10 minutes. So I think it works out better. And I don't have to edit everything because I'm not a fast editor. I'm still learning. I'm not that great. That's editing and lighting are the two things for me that I'm probably the worst at when it comes to content creation. I've learned a lot. I'm still learning. I still suck. Well, thank you for the love, guys, for Lacey. I appreciate it. Just double checking through the chat. Oh, for the record, Your Honor is working on some Psy stuff now. It's wild. So yeah, if you're interested in that type of content, you can subscribe to my mod, Linda, for the record, Your Honor. And I have her link in the description of this video if you would like to subscribe to her. King Bob, that's what producer sister's for. No. I think producer sister would probably be one of the first people to tell you that she doesn't know how to do all the editing and everything. That she's like, no. No, producer sister, I think for me is obviously incredible support because I need it. Oh, producer sister's coughing now. You okay? She swallowed the wrong way. I'm like, is she dying? Like, what's happening? I'm sorry. She's gonna be okay. Are you all right? Yeah. Are we alive? We're good. Getting better. Getting better. I feel fine. I feel happy. Yeah, it was yeah, producer sister for me, I mean, separate from YouTube is always, producer sister is my bestie. Producer sister is the person who understands me on a telepathic manner like nobody else does. And she also so understands my humor. Oh gosh, what dropped?
My armrest.
Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Her armrest popped up. What's happening? What is today? We're doing great. We're doing so good. Doing so good. Um yeah, no, so producer sister does a lot for me, like admin wise and things like that. And it is helpful when you're streaming and you're the only person to have someone in the room with you that can like bring you water or tissue or something. Cause if not, it's you have to pull a JB, and I am not JB. I am not established enough that I could have people just watching a screen with nothing for an extended period of time. I'm not there yet. So until then, I it is what it is. Yep, I'm getting better. The Monty Python is never far.
Never.
It's never far. Never ever. Ugh. All right. So, if there is no other questions or comments or anything like that, we can probably move on to what the what. Are you guys down? No, Katie. No. As long as producer sister doesn't start counting in.
I may have leaned into it for what the what.
Okay. I just want to say, last Thursday, I went on Popcorn Planet with my friend Andy because we were talking about Britney. And you guys showed up in that chat and immediately started with the jokes. I saw every single one of them. It was an exercise to hold in laughter for every single one of them. I fully had to tell Andy before we even started. I'm like, I just want you to know things got a little out of hand on my stream yesterday. And I had to explain like the joke. And he was like, okay, I get it. It's fine. And I just said, so just know that that's what it is. Everything's fine. They're just trying to make me laugh. And I will do my best to not, lose my composure, essentially. Because we were talking about, Britney and the knives and crap. No, I said it. No, YouTube, I'm trying. The props. We were talking about the props. And I wanted to keep it somewhat serious because I knew he was going to rant because he was so mad. So mad about the whole thing, and I completely understand why. So I was trying to be, good about it. But I realized I forgot to tell him one part of the whole joke from last stream, which was Jacksonville. I did not tell him about Jacksonville, which I should have because he lives in Florida. That was on me. So I can't remember which one of you sent in the super chat asking about me and Jacksonville. But the look on his face when he was like, I don't know, was absolutely glorious. And I'm sorry, Andy, I did not tell you about Jackson. So thanks, guys. Thanks for that. I hope you all laughed. I hope you all had a good time. I gotta say, the funnies we have had on the last Wednesday stream and then the Wednesday before that one. Especially the Wednesday before that one, the one about the guy whose aunt wanted money from him.
Oh, the saga.
The saga. My goodness, is that like underrated as anything. It's ridiculous. One thing I was thinking about doing, and I don't know what you guys would think about it because I wanted to ask you over the holidays, right? Over Christmas holidays, I do want to take some time, to be with family and to take some time off. But I was thinking about doing a compilation video of the best what the what's, essentially. My favorite ones. So I would pick the ones that maybe like a top 5 or a top 10, depending, and then put them all in one video for a marathon of like just lolling and just being like, I can't believe that this is real. I didn't know if that's something you guys would be interested in over the holiday break that could be fun, because I've found a few of those compilation videos from creators I love, and they've done that over the holidays. And I have sat there and I've put like an 8-hour video on and watched it over a couple of days and just laughed. So I didn't know if that's something you guys would like. And I think that that's the kind of thing that it's still funny no matter what time of year you're watching it. So yeah, it is evergreen, but it's a long evergreen. It's a long evergreen. Oh, but I thought it was fun. I thought it'd be fun. Yes, let me know if you need help. Thank you, Linda. I think what I'd love to do is see if there's a way that I could create a poll that was anonymous and open it up to Space Angels. And then we'll list them like in the Space Angels voted of your favorite ones. And then it's like a ranking, like almost like an MTV video countdown of like top 30, and you don't find out until the end which one was number one. So I'll have to look into doing that because I think that would be really fun. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, I think it'd be great.
You might be able to do like a survey monkey or something.
Yeah, like a survey monkey. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Yeah. Right? I like that. So it would be an exclusive for Space Angels to vote on. And we do that. Okay.
Katie just said Google Docs has a poll survey that's anonymous.
Katie, producer sister just told me you made this comment. That is very interesting. I will look into that because that would be helpful. All right. But yes, that saga was OMG. That was ridiculous. And if you, producer sister, would you mind grabbing the link to that stream?
Yeah.
Because if you have not seen it, I would strongly recommend that you save it to your watch later. It's worth it. It's worth it. Molly King, I am in awe of you. Molly King said, I have actually finished my Christmas shopping, all wrapped and put away. I was a month late. Normally I'm done by August.
What?
Absolute queen. Absolute queen. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. I know. The producer was like, I'm so behind. I'm like, and that's the thing too. I kind of was like, crap, it's October and I haven't gotten anything for Christmas for anybody yet. I gotta start looking. Oh, but yes, Molly, you are a legend. You are a living legend. And I am in awe of you. Yeah, I think everybody else is like, yep, amazing. Oh, yeah, very impressive. Everybody's like, yeah. Carbon started said, I'm trying to convince my family to not do gifts this year. I need nothing. I said if they really wanted to give me something, I'd take a bin of these cookies my dad makes. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I think too, sometimes it's nice to do like a charity Christmas, if that's a thing, you give to others and do that instead. I think there's lots of stuff.
Or just do a Secret Santa draw and then you only have to do one.
Yeah. I think producer sister just said Secret Santa is always a good one too, and I agree with that. I think it's nice. I like to be able to get I like Secret Santa because then I can really focus on the specific person and the gift and really take the time, as opposed to having to freak out about trying to get, everybody. It's a lot of work. Soaking. I need nothing. It's like the greatest. It's so good. That's internet legend. If YouTube was going to do a YouTube rewind, if that was not on it, I'd be very upset. Here's a cup, by the way, because I'm attempting to stay hydrated. I'm doing very badly at it. Yes, Katie, was somebody asking about my my producer or my professor? Yes, that is the professor. That's the professor from Puppet History from Watcher, because it's like one of my favorite shows and I adore him and I made him. Because he's amazing. There is a plush now you can get of him though, and I strongly recommend, if you want to have your own little professor, that is the route that you take. Because I'm ashamed to tell you how much that little man cost. And I'm sure he is more now, because it was basically like somebody went on Reddit and figured out all of the pieces of him. And then people started buying their own professor and making him. And then it became harder and harder to get all the pieces. And then they all started getting more expensive. It was bad. It was bad. Oh, Molly. She said, well, I have 9 brothers and 3 sisters, so I just imagine all the nephews and nieces plus the hubby's family. I need to start. What do you do? I want to know your gift ideas, man. Because that just sounds insane. Absolutely insane. I don't know how you keep it straight. I don't know how you do it. Miss A said, I didn't know you made him. I'm super impressed. Oh, thank you. I mean, you can find the steps on Reddit if you want to. I got him here. I have a little like tissue roll in him to keep him standing up. Yeah, so he's this kind of blue little monster puppet, and then you have to change his eyes. My fella 3D printed some glasses for him, and then the outfit is what is like the worst. It's finding it. It's finding it and then getting it. And also, just as a note, because people do ask me, I'm trying to get them out. He does have crap. He does have jelly beans. He has jelly beans in his satchel because those are important for his life force, and I don't want to see him get transported back to the Cretaceous again. So, if you have never seen Puppet History, I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. No checking. Producer sister just said, Molly King, I have so much anxiety for you. Ah. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. And producer just said having to feed them all as well. Like, oh, gosh. Here's something I will tell you guys about producer sister. Producer sister is a catch. I'm just going to put that out there. Producer sister loves sports, and producer sister is a fantastic cook and baker. Producer sister can actually bake wedding cakes. She took courses, okay? And she does amazing, amazing food. She got all of that. I got none of it. I got absolutely none of it. So producer sister takes a lot of pride in the food that she serves people and really tries to make sure that everybody has the things that they want. And yeah, I think it's rewarding, but it can be very stressful. Producer sister, do you want to do my wedding cake? That's a long way to transport it, to be honest, though. I think that might give her a heart attack because that's the scariest part. That's the scariest part. Hello, Nerd Report. Good to see you, Lewis. I hope you're doing well. Ray, no, she's not. I'm sorry. No, but she's great. She's awesome. No, but seriously, Lita, though, that's the biggest fear. In my opinion, from watching people make wedding cakes, it's one thing to get the cake made. It's another thing to then have it together and then be able to transport it without falling. Which is why a lot of people will actually assemble the cakes at the hall as opposed to like doing it at home. So you have all these individual tiers, and you have like your mechanics to keep it all together and not falling over.
If it's 2 tiers, it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah, if it's 2 tiers, it's fine. But anything more than that, especially if you have like the suspended ones that are on the like the plastic columns or whatever.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's like
We have made jokes on this channel about the state of roads.
Yes, and thank you. Producer sister said we have made jokes on this channel about the state of roads. Hello, Jacksonville. That sometimes it's just really, really bad, and all it takes is somebody to cut you off or something, and then like a pothole, and then thousands of dollars is just a nightmare. Yeah, Randall, I have a coordinator transporting a wedding cake. Exactly. It's so scary. I will. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons. It's just that she doesn't really do it because it's so anxiety inducing. Although I will say what we did for my wedding was we did a fake cake, but then we had other cakes, like sheet cakes.
Yeah, for your wedding?
For our wedding. So everybody saw the cake and we cut the cake and then the cake came out. So that way it wasn't as stress inducing for her because she was also my maid of honor.
Yeah, I couldn't handle
So I didn't want to like give her an absolute heart attack on my wedding day. There was enough. There was enough. The state of the roads. Carbonized Stardust just said, the state of the roads. Are you guys in Saskatchewan? No, I'm in Ontario. Take it up with Ford.
Two seasons, winter and potholes.
Yeah. Billy Cat just said, I bake. My specialty is the traditional Christmas cake. I make them for family, friends. Don't sell them anymore. They're so expensive to make. I would believe that. I would believe that 100%. But I'm sure it's very good. I'm sure it's very good. Carbonized Stardust just said, Saskatchewan roads nearly gave me a choke mastectomy or a home mastectomy. You corrected it later. 10 out of 10, don't recommend. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. It's also just the like getting cut off or things like that, like going on a highway with it. It's scary. Just no. No. It's not fun. Yeah, producer sister just wrote a comment. I'm waiting for it to come through. Yeah. Honestly, selling stuff you do for fun and can take some of the joy out of it, I assume. Yeah, it can take some of the joy out of it. Yeah. It's hard. Project Metal Music just said, I used to work at a function place where it used to wedding receptions and some of the cake was very elaborate were assembled at the venue. Exactly, because it's the only way to do it, because if you don't, you're going to have an absolute heart attack. Molly King just said, traditional Christmas cake is expensive to make, but they are so tasty. They sound good. They sound good. All right, well, should we move on to what the what? I've been warned that producer sister leaned into what I was laughing at so hard in the last one with the flip joke. And for those of you that don't know, there was a joke in the last stream. I'm actually going to see if I can pull it up so people know what we're talking about. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, so this was the one that we did. And let me see if I can find it. It was okay. So to start, we were laughing a lot at this one because Jacksonville has really messed up roads, and that's where that joke started from, because I was ranting about that. This was the one that broke me. ItsKim XC died. It did not go well. And basically what's funny to me is that 4th floor, 3rd floor, 2nd floor, and 1st floor. And what killed me the most about it was that this is irrelevant. Like you could just have floor 3, floor 2, floor 1, but you had to repeat it. And then you would have had to not only take this and put it up, but you would have had to go have it printed. You would have gone to a professional and had it printed, and you still didn't notice that there was a problem. And then you installed it and you still didn't realize that there was a problem. There's just a lot of, it was very much like, it was just a constant like fail. So that for me was, it broke me. I was done. So I've been told that this is the one for today. And it is in that spirit. Thank you, Linda. I'm glad that this is the iconic things that I will leave in my legacy. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Yep. Exactly. General Scott, like I said, that is a Jacksonville elevator if I ever saw one. 100%. 100%. No hate to anybody that's actually in Jacksonville, but I'm just like the things I've seen in Jacksonville. All right. So, incorrect, but hilarious English. Let's go. Grandma Mara. I can't say that. Grandma Mara.
Sure.
Here is my first attempt at synonym rolls. Just like grammar used to be. So instead of cinnamon, synonym. Just like grammar used to make. Beautiful, beautiful. Synonym rolls are too sweet for my liking. Oh my gosh! You mean too sweet for your Lion King? No, this is good. They look nice, but I guess they go right through your vowels. You're on a roll. I can't. Oh my gosh. Project, can't. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the next one. Cute pigs. Okay. Hello. Hi. Send me a pig. I mean, your pigs. No, I mean your full body pig. Send Bobs. Send Bobs. Oh my gosh. Ask and you will receive. Oink and you shall receive. So ungrateful. Got their pigs and changed their mind. I love the malicious compliance. Like, sorry. Full Wilbur. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. Okay. Yep. Send help. Send help. No, we're good. Please don't call the cops on me. I'm fine. I do not need a wellness check. It's all good. Okay. Okay. Just 5 more minutes, Mom. Do not disturb. Tiny grass is dreaming. I'm with Julia here. Please don't correct this. It's perfect. I actually kind of love that. That's so cute. It's tiny and it's sleeping and it needs its rest. And it's nicer than like that's another meme we probably should get. And I don't even know when we would use it, but we would use it right now. I always think of that one scene in the Princess Diaries where Mia Thermopolis walks into like the castle area for the first time and she walks across the grass and there's this like recording through like a loudspeaker that just starts screaming at her like, get off the grass. That it says it in like 3 different languages. And she's just like, okay. I mean, it's nicer to have the tiny grass is dreaming than having a loudspeaker screaming at you to get off the grass. Aw, I want tiny dreaming grass now. I do. That would actually make me a plant lady. I would have like a little, this is my tiny sleeping grass. It's dreaming. Yeah, I don't think that is incorrect. I think it is poetry. I would agree. This is really cute.
I know that one's not as funny, but I thought
It's cute though. I like that.
that was adorable.
That's adorable. Okay, rude and unreasonable chicken. Okay. I think it's supposed to be jerk chicken. Chicken rude and unreasonable. Oh my gosh. Not again. I can't handle another rude and unreasonable chicken for lunch. They get to you after a while. It's true. My spirit food. I'll take it. Yep. Strange. I've heard of chicken a la king, but never a la Karen. No way. Ah, that's good. That's good. I like that. That's what they should call it. Chicken a la Karen. That's amazing. I think I might actually call jerk chicken that from now on. Chicken a la Karen. I like that. I like that. I feel like if I had an editor, I would be like, insert graphic of chicken with a Karen haircut here. Just come up on the screen. Catholic converter. The power of Chrysler compels you. I don't think that's how people convert. I've never converted to Catholicism. I'm not Catholic. But I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. I really don't. Actually, how do I tell this story? Because I don't want to. So a number of years ago, I had to go to a funeral, and it was work related, so I went with one of my coworkers. And she, her faith system was not based in Christianity at all. I was raised Protestant. So I think she thought that I would know what to do. And I didn't even think about that if it was a Catholic funeral, that there would be things that people did differently. The way we both were in there knowing, like having no idea what to do through this funeral, I felt like that episode of Mr. Bean where he's singing All Creatures of Our God and King in the church, and he doesn't know when to stand or when to sit, and he doesn't know if he should be saying it loudly or not loudly. If you guys remember that episode where he's just like, Alleluia, yeah, like that was me. I was so confused, and I really hope I did not like make a complete fool of myself because I tried to be very quiet and I sat at the back because I was so confused. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure that that piece of equipment is not what is used in Catholic conversion. I think I can say that with confidence. Queen Mab, but that's kind of expensive, isn't it? Conversion used to be free. Cars Exorcist Edition. I've heard people call them Cadillac converters. Wait a minute. Isn't that a beer tap on the side? I mean, it doesn't look like a very new one from what I'm seeing. Sorry, I see some comments. Is it carbonized started just said for me it was the communal taking of the cup. Oh, I didn't even go up. I didn't go up because I didn't know. I was like, because like as a Protestant, I'm like, am I allowed? Like, I don't know how that works. She's like, yeah, you're not getting me to drink off a cup that the whole room is slobbered on hot and ice dry. I mean, yeah, I get that. I get that. I get that a bit. Rando, but they wipe with a hanky. I mean, I hope they do something. I feel like I remember something during the time when the world went nuts that they had to do a few different things. I assume mono is real.
Yes.
Mono is real. Mono is real. And producer sister is laughing because she has a story about that. Yep. First year of university, a number of people that she knew had to drop out because they all got mono from a party where they all drank from the same. Everybody brought drinks. They poured it into one thing, and everybody drank from that. And one of the first people to drink from that had mono and didn't know it. And the whole dorm got mono. Thankfully, producer sister did not live in this dorm. She made it. Mono's not a joke, though. Mono sucks. Mono sucks. Wait, what? I can't find it on Google, but it's delicious. At least they're honest. I have to admire the just being upfront about it. I get that. I mean, it's better than chicken rude and unreasonable or whatever it was. Like, I totally get that. I would have appreciated knowing like what's in it though.
You have to read the rest of them though. Particularly the lower half.
Mermaid in the Deep Sea, McDonald's best friend, Mr. Oyster, Ms. French Fries. I'm sorry, did you ask the oysters gender preferences in the French fries before you gendered them?
Apparently.
Comments. You can see the moment this person gave up. 100%. I really want to know who. Oh crap! I really want to know who McDonald's best friend is. Also glad Mr. Oyster and Miss French Fried are respectfully addressed. I mean, respectful, but we don't know. Sarah, love the honesty. I tried. Just trust me. I'm trying. That's what this person's doing. The person who's translating, they are Elaine going, I'm trying. Under the rest. Assuming this is a scam text message.
Yeah.
Hello, I am UK government. You need to pay $1,500 iTunes gift card to me or you under the rest. What?
Under arrest.
Under arrest, but it's under the rest.
Yes.
Why do I feel like it's like the line in Monsters Incorporated with Mike going, if you're going to insult me, do it properly or whatever it was. Like, just like, if you're going to threaten someone, do it properly. You know, like, wow. This is so legit, guys. So legit. I got nothing. Wow, the government itself contacted you directly. Pretty important person you are. She said, that's why I laughed at one guy that said he was calling from the IRS and I needed to pay back taxes or else I would be arrested by the sheriff. I said, I doubt that since you're not the IRS. Then his non-scripted English broke down. this very serious. I will call, said Sheriff Now. And I laughed again and said, no need, since I've been calling the FBI to tell them they have someone impersonating a federal agent, which, hey, is a crime. A few cuss words later, and he hung up. Aw, I feel unloved. It's okay, Carol. I love you. I love that. But yes, that looks totally credible and authentic. I'm going to put this up here because I think it's important, because you never know. Carbonite Stardust just said, as someone who used to work for the government, they send letters, or men in suits. They don't call. Why would they call you? Why would they call you to inform you they are coming to arrest you? They're not going to tell you. If that ever is something that somebody says to you, like, that is just not the way that it is. And there's also no shame whatsoever in calling them yourself. Call the government yourself. Go to the official government websites, find the contact information, inform them that you have been told this. Yeah, ask for a case number, all those types of things. And if you just be careful, and don't just listen to people that say stuff like that to you, because so often they are scams. Um, and it's really sad how out of control it is becoming. Curtis also said, I had so much fun with the scammer who called saying a package of mine had been held at the border. Oh no, my salsa. But was it spicy salsa? Because no salsa. But if salsa, must be spicy. And if any of you are my space angels and you saw the clip I shared the other day, you know what I'm referencing. But yeah, just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So stupid. All right. Keep going. Do you have at least 1 year of zero experience? Yes, I do. I have 1 year of zero experience in everything. Everything. Do you speak United States? I don't know, actually. I'm sure there's many things in United States culture and speech that I do not understand. So maybe I am not qualified. The poster, though, says, I think I'm overqualified for this position. You may very well be. Where do I apply? I have so many years of zero experience. Why, yes, I speak United States. Which U.S. language should I speak to you? I'm getting tongue-tied. Why, yes, I speak United States. Which U.S. language should I speak for you at this job? Speaking United States takes talent. I wonder just how many languages that would entail. You know, if I was filling out this form and I was honestly looking for a job, I think I would just stop.
Yeah,
And I just wouldn't apply, because if this is literally the way that you were trying to find employees, I am terrified of the people I will be working alongside. Like, yeah, I don't want to work there. A girl or a female? I am so happy right now. I love these Facebook posts with the backgrounds, because so often they are so inappropriate. Like, people don't know how to pick the right ones. So it'll be like the party one in the background, and they'll be like, grandma died. And it's like, what is even happening? Those always get me. I'm so happy right now. Bae, 3 months pregnant. Monday, she'll do an autopsy to see if it's a girl or a female. Dude, I hope I don't get canceled for saying this, but some people shouldn't reproduce. An autopsy. I mean, I hope that the autopsy is unsuccessful, and I hope that it is female for your sake, because it sounds like that's what you want. I really do. As to find out if you would have been a mom or dad, when it is due, they deliver natural or C-section. like the ocean. Poor Bae. Yeah, exactly. Poor Bae. I hope Bae is okay. Oh my gosh, Stardust. I guess what I said wasn't that bad.
I like that. I think she needs a second opinion. Yeah. This is bad. This is bad. Oh. All right. I think there's one more.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one, guys. Here we go. The laundry room has been too holy recently. Oh, has it been?
Yes.
Okay. Laundry room closed Friday, September 18th, 1 to 3 p.m. for Satanizing. Awesome. Awesome. I feel like if I was the cleaner and I saw that, I would probably just set up my speaker and I'd just play Unholy for 2 hours and just blare it. Or like other like The Exorcist theme, like stuff like that, and just have it blaring.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Oh. The comments were they'll be washing clothes in holy water. Who you gonna call? Both often involve high temperatures. Shut up. Was someone trying to wash their sins away? Like, for real, like, what happened in here? What happened here? I want to know. Like, did something happen? And the other problem is now I just have this image in my head of like the last scene of Hereditary happening inside of that laundry mart. Or the laundromat or whatever it's called. Yeah. Just having a moment there. Yeah. Well, there you go. I wish them luck in their Satanizing. I really do.
How do you satanize something?
I don't know. Producer sister just says, how do you Satanize something? You know what? Honestly, I don't want to know. I don't want to know because I have no interest in doing that. So yeah, we're not doing that. Sorry, I'm just fixing my my dashboard here. General Scott.
Carmenine's had a good one too.
You guys and your jokes, I cannot. Yeah, the laundry ladies get down with Cthulhu on Fridays.
No, there's an earlier one.
Oh, there's another one?
Yeah.
Oh, will Moses be in the theater when the sea is parted? Yeah, just, oh, this is just ridiculous. But as far as the whole, like, they get down with Cthulhu on Fridays, I have to ask, are they going to wear black on Wednesdays? That would be my question. Oh, gosh. Speaking of, do you know what tomorrow is, producer sister?
I don't know.
What is tomorrow? Who says it in the chat first? What is tomorrow?
What high holiday is it?
What most important holiday of the entire year is it tomorrow? I'm waiting for my chat. Come on, ladies. And I'm sure some of my boys. There we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, General Scott's birthday is on Mean Girls Day. That's awesome. General Scott, you're the best birthday ever. Those of you that don't know, one of my favorite movies ever is Mean Girls. I literally have all the girls up there. They're all there. And there's always Mean Girls fans love to joke that October 3rd is Mean Girls Day because on October 3rd, Caddy asked Aaron Samuels what day it was, to which he responded, it's October 3rd. But Caddy needed things to go faster. And it's just kind of one of those things that people make jokes about all the time. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I've got my North Shore Mathlete shirt ready to go for tomorrow because I have that. Yeah, and it's totally fetch. It's totally fetch. And that's what I mean. It's a holiday that everybody wants to happen, but it's never going to happen, but it's happening because it's Mean Girls Day. Oh gosh. Yeah. Marsha, I had no idea there was a Mean Girls Day. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that it's gotten a bit bigger kind of every year as it's gone on because I think as the movie becomes more like a cult favorite over the years, it's going to just continue to get bigger. Say, oh, Carbonized. Okay, well, which is your favorite Mean Girl? That's hard. That's hard. Oh, that's hard. I think at the time it probably would have been Caddy because I loved Lindsay Lohan when I was in high school. Absolutely adored her. Wanted to look like her. I still think her cover of Edge of 17 is notoriously underrated, and her music is a lot better than people think that it is. I think I would probably say Gretchen, because some of her quotes are just so good. They're just ridiculous. Like her rant about the hoops, but how she wasn't allowed to wear hoops, and then the "we should totally poke Caesar" line is always really good. And but I never told anyone because I'm such a good friend. So that always gets me. Yeah, Gretchen Wieners is hilarious, and I love her. But also, I think like Karen has a lot of good lines too. I'm not going to say the weather report one, because the internet lives forever. But I also like "I'm a mouse, duh" is always good, and "you can't just ask people why they're white" is always good. There's all types of ones. Yeah, and the hair of secrets. It's got big hair because it's full of secrets. But I will say, I think I will say I have a special place in my heart for Janice Ians. I don't think she gets enough love. She's amazing. There is Denise, sorry, toaster strudel. I don't think my father, the inventor of toaster strudel, would be pleased to hear about that.
King Bob.
What is that line? I cannot. Oh. No, but like for me, Janice Ian's just screaming like, because I've got a big lesbian crush on you, suck on that, and then jumping into a crowd of people is just like one of the most iconic things I've ever seen. And I hope I can say this word without getting in trouble, but when she's working at the perfume shop and she's like, "You smell like a baby prostitute." Janice was amazing. Oh, let me see here. Oh, King Bob. So never saw Mean Girls, but I did see Jawbreaker. Okay, Mean Girls, even if you're not like a girl, it's so funny. It's hilarious. I mean, and to be fair with you guys, like it is written by Tina Fey. So if you've watched like 30 Rock or SNL or anything that Tina Fey has been involved, Parks and Rec, like pardon? Yeah, and Amy Poehler's in it as well. Oh gosh, what's his name? I talked about him the other night and I can't remember his name because I'm always saying how underrated he is and how people forget about him and they shouldn't, and I can't remember his name. What is wrong with me? Okay, hang on. I have to know. I am pulling up the cast because I am not leaving the stream until I say his name because he deserves it. I'm a terrible person. Tim Meadows. Tim Meadows as the principal is incredible. And so there's a lot of SNL alum in it, and it's fantastic. It's so good. So I wouldn't write it off as just like a teen movie because it's not. It is fantastic. Not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. Yeah. Yeah. Marianne, I hope I said that okay. I watched it a few years ago and it was surprisingly good. It is so good. He is so unforgettable, but sometimes I forget his name. I'm also very tired, so that's probably part of it. Yeah, he makes me laugh every time. He's so good. What? Lita just said it's Kim. Damien in real life was bullied by Danny Masterson's wife, Bijou, on the set of Bully. Oh, no, she did not. We will keep you here until 4. Yeah, it's a good quote. Sorry.
Mean Girls the musical is coming out with a movie?
Yes, apparently Mean Girls the musical is coming out with a movie in January.
Tim
yes.
Meadows is the principal in it. He's back.
Tim is in the movie?
Yeah, he's back as the principal. And so
okay.
Tina.
Okay. Then maybe it'll be good. I have hope. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Mean Girls fan. And have been for a long time. Here's a question. What's your favorite like teen movie? Just curious. Like anything from that type of demographic at all. So like everything from like The Breakfast Club,
You know, you just start throwing them out there. I always think of 10 Things I Hate About You. Heath Ledger, may he rest in peace.
A little bit later, but 27 dresses. Always have a very special place
Yeah,
in my heart.
yeah. Shauna said Heathers. Let's see. Curious to see what else you guys say, because there's a lot of like really good ones. Of course, Clueless from Linda. Carbonized said The A Word. Breakfast Club and 10 Things. Yep. Oh my gosh, the Clueless, obviously. Like, wow. The Breakfast Club, Lost Boys. Yeah, there's tons of good movies. Tons and tons of good movies. I had the feeling that's what you meant, Carbonized. Easy A. But yeah, I see that now. Yeah. Yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You, Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink. Yep. Ninja Turtles. You go, Benjamin. Dazed and Confused was a lot like my high school days, but in the set of 90s grunge. Yeah, my school days were like Mean Girls. There was a burn book.
Yep.
Yeah, it was bad. Legally Blonde, Easy A. Producer Sister just said 27 Dresses will always have a special place in my heart. I relate to those dresses. Oh, the story time we could do on that, Producer Sister. Oh, that is when the mercy of not saying people's names is beautiful. We hold back things. Easy A personified high school for me. I am so sorry that was your experience, but I completely understand. Mean Girls, I'm just a cheerleader. Not a movie, but a Netflix series, and with an E. It is Canadian. Band Slam, 16 Candles. Yeah, I like 16 Candles. Easy A, Breakfast Club, and it's a classic. It's a classic. And I don't think any of us can hear Don't You Forget About Me without thinking about that movie, is what is. John Hughes in general. Exactly. Some Kind of Wonderful, underrated. Bring It On. Hate us because we're beautiful. Well, we don't like you either. Producer Sister just clarified she's not referencing being in my wedding.
It's important.
It is important. Monty Python, the Holy Grail, I'm assuming. Yes, I would agree with that. I've got the I have Tim the Enchanter back here. Yeah, with the bunny. Oh gosh, Clueless, Legally Blonde, Save the Last Dance. Oh, Save the Last Dance, yeah. And Shirley, yep. Yeah, some of these movies are fun. They're fun movies. Well, I think I'm going to start to wind down. So if you guys have any last questions or comments or support you want to send, now is the time. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you have not. I am attempting to get to 30,000 subscribers. That's a goal. That is my goal. And I'm doing my best. I'm trying. Oh, Life of Brian. He's the Messiah. I'm not the Messiah. He's the Messiah. The parrot has ceased to be. Chris? Yes. My name. Beginning of Flying Circus. When Michael's running from really far away towards the camera. And he's like, he can barely breathe because he's so tired. And he just goes, it's, and then the theme starts. ItsKim. That's why. That is why. I love Monty Python. And like without fail, when I am sick, I will just watch Monty Python and documentaries and all types of that stuff because I'm so fascinated by the way that they did things, their process, and the relationships they have with each other. And I also just see so much of them through all comedy now. It's just their complete their presence in entertainment now is undeniable, and once you start to actually really watch their like everything from their sketches to the films and everything else, you start to pick it up in other parts of culture. And I don't think people quite understand how influential Monty Python has been on culture. because when you really do, it's absolutely mind-boggling to see. Double check her. Yeah. Python is my favorite. Yep. They deserve it. They're so good. I believe I see Chris over here. I think I have seen Life of Python, if I remember correctly. I think I have. It looks familiar. It looks familiar. Sorry. Yeah, Eric Idle, John Cleese, thanks to my pop for introducing them to us as kids. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like Eric. I like Eric Idle a lot, and I really do like Michael as well. There's so much, it just brings such good stuff. And the chemistry they all had together was just amazing. So amazing. Oh, I'm seeing you guys are still talking about movies, not another teen movie I'm seeing. Simply Irresistible. Chris just said my brother got me into Python when I was a kid. I'm happy that he did that. He did a good thing. That was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. I will always remember the first time somebody told me to watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I'd never seen it. I think I rented it, or a friend of mine rented it, and we watched it, and we were both just like howling the entire time. And then I found out that a friend of mine's brother had the DVD, and I borrowed it from him, and I must have watched it like 7 times in a weekend, and then I went and got my own, and it never stopped. It never stopped. The whole thing is flawless. Sorry, what were you going to say, producer sister? Rabbit with big pointy teeth. Yep. It's so good. A part of me wishes that, like, I don't know, I want to see, I would love to do like a let's watch of that, of Python the Holy Grail, but I don't know how I would be able to do that without getting in trouble copyright wise.
It'd just be like Eurovision.
Yeah, it'd have to be like Eurovision, because it's just a fantastic film. Insufficient funds? What? What happened? Did we just want to see Jennifer? Should we bring Jennifer? Jennifer has been missing from this stream. If I remember correctly, actually, Monty Python had to fundraise some of the movie, like the budget from the Holy Grail, and I believe Pink Floyd actually was a patron because they wanted more Monty Python. If I'm remembering this correctly, I'm pretty sure I am. But yeah, so yeah, Monty Python asked for money because they had
insufficient funds. You ain't got no money. Woo.
And Led Zeppelin.
And Zeppelin. So it was
And Jethro Tull.
Oh my gosh. So Jethro Tull,
Yep.
Pink Floyd,
Yep.
and Zeppelin.
Yep.
All gave them money.
According to Rolling Stone.
Iconic. Iconic. Oh. Apparently George Harrison was also. Where is Long Live George Harrison? We're talking about George Harrison. Yeah. That's why they use coconuts and not horses. Yeah, because they had no money. They had insufficient funds. Fantastic. Fantastic film. Oh, Lulu's mom, you just got here. We're ending. Hi, Lulu's mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lulu's mom, before you rewind, I do want to show you we have a new segment as of today. I think everybody is good with it. So I will show this to you.
I'm trying.
I hope that made you smile. But yeah, it's been a good show. I think we've had a lot of fun. Yeah. I farted in your general direction. Fantastic. 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 All right. Well, I'm going to wind down. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bearing with me. Not feeling the greatest today, so thank you so much for keeping me company and tolerating me. And I love you guys so much. Please, if you would not mind when the stream ends, because I will end it fairly quickly after I disappear, please reload the page. Please leave a comment. It helps me out a lot. Please remember to like. Please subscribe if you have not. If you think you know someone that would enjoy my content, please share with them. I am trying to get to 30K subs, and I would very much appreciate that. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys had a good time. I will hopefully see you guys soon again this week. I will keep you well posted. If anything changes, I will let you guys know through community posts or through my Instagram, which you can go on my link tree in the description and follow me there. Lulu's mom, thank you so much for that last minute super chat. $5. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. And yeah, you guys are just amazing. Thank you for all of the support today. Much love to all of you. I'm going to go lay down. You guys have a great day, and I will see you all soon.